Outer Worlds 2 is now available, and honestly, as far as professional reviews, and most gamers are giving it above average scores to good. Some are even saying very good. Very rarely am I seeing great around there, but people are enjoying their time with the game. I've seen most people giving it like an 8 out of 10 type thing across the board, which you would think would be enough to bring attention to this game. But then you got to realize that people are actually running into some issues with it as well, even throughout enjoying the experience. This comes to us from Grums, who says, "This is not good. Another game struggling with optimization. Outer Worlds 2." Quote tweeting Nick Tech, who says, "Daniel Owen also tested out Outer Worlds 2 on his RTX 5090 rig with very high settings at native 4K with hardware RT disabled. And look at the frame rate. It's honestly shocking how a game that looks like it's made for the PS4 era runs below 40 frames per second, even on the highest end hardware. Thanks, Unreal Engine 5." Let's check it.
This is native 4K, very high.
Oh my God, that is bad. I don't know if it's coming through on your end, but it is. It feels like it's stuttering when you run.
Settings, which is the max preset, but
it's so janky
without the hardware-based ray tracing.
This would give me motion sickness if I played this for long periods of time. Like, yikes. Maybe you get used to it, but whoa.
So that's what it looks like at native 4K on the RTX 5090. So yeah, certainly a demanding game on the very high settings. And if we switched over to like...
and we have, the moment you land on the first planet in Outer Worlds 2, the performance and stuttering start to appear. Feels like any map larger than 500 square meters in Unreal Engine 5 will get you stuttering that looks like this. Absolute joke of an optimization. And to think that they wanted to charge $80 for this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't pause it. That is unacceptable. Holy. This is so bad. Why would you bother? Unless you're like a diehard Outer Worlds fan, why would you bother to get this day one with all the glitches and stuttering frame rate issues? And not just stuttering frame rate issues, but just for those of you that don't remember, there were some situations that transpired with the studio. Let me take a quick jog down memory lane with you if you did forget. Grum says, "Reminder that Outer Worlds 2 hates you and wants to replace you." This is what kicked off the outrage. And still, Obsidian has done nothing to address this or release a statement. This guy right here, this Matt Hansen dude that I covered in detail in videos back in the day when this all broke, and those videos blew up, and I was shocked Obsidian didn't even put a statement out. I wasn't necessarily expecting them to fire him, but at least like, hey, we are addressing this internally, and that kind of talk is unacceptable. They said nothing. He says, "Reminder to Black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice. My DMs are open, and you will always have my priority." That's racism, by the way. That's straight up racism. We got too many if that wasn't racism enough, here we go. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you. Replace me one day. Talk about being a cuck to the point of you want your own job replaced with a black person. Holy shit, bro. What? I want to go back to living in the woods. Now, I covered this guy in detail. I had many people that reached out to me, some of them directly working inside of Obsidian, that even told me after the heat came on from my videos that they could not continue to communicate with me because they were all on lockdown inside there. They were looking for anything on anyone for any information getting out about this guy. But the last word that I heard from my contact inside said that this guy is not just a psycho weirdo, but a straight up dickhead. Like he's just an asshole that, according to him, he said nobody liked him, but he was the art director at Obsidian. So he held a lot of power there. That's a studio that I don't know if I would want to be a part of. And if they're going to be allowing that kind of person there, you got to expect that there's going to be some serious wokeness being pushed throughout the studio. And this comes to us from Daka Daka quote tweeting Pirate Nation. Daka Daka says, very brave of them to put a realist lesbian relationship in the game. Based? Pirate Nation says, The Outer Worlds 2, stunning and brave.
Get a hold of yourself.
Wait.
You're an Earth Directorate agent. Affirmative, Commander.
That's a dude, right?
The Astrogator's gears are shot!
And that's a dude too, right?
Get a hold of yourself.
That sounds like a girl, though. Wait, is that supposed to be a girl?
You're an Earth Directorate agent.
I'm not even joking. Is that supposed to be a girl? The Outer Worlds 2 start off with a woman slapping her weak male companion. Stunning and brave. Imagine if the roles were reversed. I mean, that's how you know it's a woke ass studio, because they would never dare. They would never dare do it the other way. This is the other thing. I covered this the other day too. If you buy Outer Worlds 2 $100 premium edition, the devs will punish you with the consumerism flaw, which basically gives you a bonus of 15% off vendor prices. So if you pay more money, you got to play the game early and you got an extra bonus that other people were not able to take advantage of. This is Outer Worlds 2 on Steam charts. This was loaded up earlier today. Let me refresh. Yeah, that's not great. Outer Worlds 2 on Steam DB this is day 2 of launch. Under 10,000 concurrent players is terrible. Terrible. Now, I get it. It's Thursday night, but it came out on Wednesday. This already had a rocky launch with the beginning, how it didn't look great coming out of the gate. But this is even worse than a lot of people could have ever envisioned. Cabrutus says, The Outer Worlds 2 is doing even worse than Avowed. Avowed had an all-time peak of 19,198. This can't even cross 14,000 concurrently. Now, again, it is before launch weekend, and I obviously expect it to go well above the number it's at right now, but it's still going to struggle to get past Avowed's 19,000 concurrently. And you can say, well, it's a day one Game Pass. Hey, so is Avowed. So, and they're both from Obsidian. So I'd say it's a pretty good 1-for-1 direct correlation between the two. And here's the other thing that should concern them as well. It's not even doing as well as the original Outer Worlds that garnered over 20,000 concurrently. And right now, as I refresh, over 1,000 people still playing the original Outer Worlds right now. It's crazy. So we get to this guy saying it's not their studio, it's the market. Cope. Too many games in everyone's backlog. Cope. Too many people waiting for free games or monstrous discounts. Too many service games eating massive number of players' time. Gonna put a lot of devs out of business. Times are changing. To which I replied, too many games and backlogs? I quote tweeted Pirate Nation. Arc Raiders launches to over 260,000 concurrent players. This is a live look at Arc Raiders right now. It's live look refresh at 176,000 concurrently playing. All-time peak today, 7 hours ago. 264,000. These games launched at basically the same time. So you try to tell me there's too many games to play? No, bro. There's not too many games to play. People just want to play actual games, free of wokeness, free of woke studios, and new experiences that are actually fun. And you say, oh, not every game is woke, Smash. Why do you always go down that road with every game is woke? Maybe it's not woke. Let's take a look here. Clown Worldman says, leftist writing is just a self-parody here, just like with Dustborn. So let's see. I have not seen this yet. I saved it for the stream. Let's see.
Myself a moment of relief. Moment passed. I'd hoped killing the cultists was its own reward. But you may also take this. You've proven yourself well, but we have recently experienced
Enrage. Dude, I got Enrage. I can chimp out. What a power. Dude, do the devs have no self-awareness? They not understand I got the power Enrage from a black woman? Enrage. I know they wait, Cynthia, just reading into it, they mean in it's a pun, like enrage. No, N. What does N stand for? They still haven't explained it. Like N-Ray. Everyone in chat is my N-Ray. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit.
And now I just got N-Rage. Racism.
That's actually hysterical. The best observation about Outer Worlds 2 is that Obsidian managed to turn Reddit into a genre of gaming. Unironically, the most cringe writing you can find in gaming right now. Let's see.
His garden. Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Protectorate are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
Who are you? Claiming to deny me ingress. The Protectorate's arbiters go wheresoever they deign.
Someone
That's
should have
right.
informed you, Arbiter. Cloister is not the domain of the Protectorate any longer.
My emotional support arbiter?
This is oh my god. Oh my god.
That is
No.
That is, you have to have a nose ring if this is the line of dialogue you thought of. This is my emotional support arbiter. I need him to do my work.
Oh. This is my emotional support arbiter. I need him to do my work.
Oh my god, this is bad.
I'm what? Emotional support? You know, that has a nicer ring to it than I'd have surmised.
What the fuck is this game?
I've never been emotional support before.
As likely as I find that theory, we have rules and regulations for a reason. We are at war, you might have noticed.
I'm going to speech you, and you're going to listen. Dude, that's the speech check? Dude, the writers of the dialogue were actually retarded. I'm serious. How? Stop DEI. It's time to nuke Microsoft in Roblox, of course. I would never, ever personally strap a nuke and take myself out with Microsoft headquarters. I would never do that. Someone should.
This is 100% DEI writing. Like, you could, like, just... You've been around the block long enough, you listen to this, you're like, who the fuck wrote this? What? They thought they were being coy with this? No. Grum says, the Outer Worlds 2 peaked at 13,264 players and failed to crack the top 75 of Steam games played today. Obsidian's art director on Avowed had previously vowed to double down on his hiring to replace white people at the studio after Elon Musk called him out on the illegal hiring practice. Studio never addressed the stated practice or the behavior of the racist art director. Avowed, Obsidian's previous title in 2025, peaked at 19,198 on its launch day. This will likely put more pressure on Obsidian and owner Microsoft, whose Xbox division is reportedly falling revenues today. Yeah, this is one of those, not just there might be layoffs at Obsidian, there likely are going to be either massive layoffs at Obsidian or total studio shutdown. This is really, again, I don't think people understand just how bad these numbers are. These are atrocious. I'm not trying to say, by the way, that the game is garbage. The game might be fun. People are loving the game. But the numbers are terrible. And I can't help but think there's a large portion of gamers that are just like, yeah, you know what? I'd rather play games from studios that don't hate me. I'd rather just partake in other games. I don't have time. Not to mention, Xbox wanted to charge $80 for this game originally, and then they were like, "Oh shit, no one's gonna buy it at 80. We need to lower it to 70." It's like no one's buying it at 70 either. That it's the cost is not the problem. The politics at your studio are now starting to impact your sales because people are waking up to this and they're like, no, my wallet, my money, my choice. I'm going to support based devs, developers that don't actively hate me, developers that want to make great games for me, and we can perpetuate a better gaming industry from that. But until Obsidian and Microsoft proper wakes up from that, I don't think anything's really going to change from it. We got Grums following up to the Alex Hutchinson saying, this completely ignores all the huge Asian game success for the past 2 years, as well as the Indians and AA. It's a factor, but it's not the sole or even a main one. Look at Expedition 33. Look at Silksong. Look at there's so many games. Arc Raiders, which just came out. I barely know anything about Arc Raiders, and it's blowing doors compared to this game. That's embarrassing. Grum says, no game can succeed. It's because of market conditions. Just today. Arc Raiders, 263,000 people in game together. And we'll leave it at this one. Pirate Nation says Outer Worlds 2 is doing even worse than Avowed right now. Why did it flop? And it gets quote tweeted by Emerald Apple and says, with a development team that looks like this, can you expect them to make a product that will sell to gamers? They made a game for the modern audience. And like I always say, the modern audience is small. So there you go. Is it sexist or is it reality? I don't know. All I know is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be out of jobs in the coming months based off of the numbers that I'm seeing right now. And they can get mad at YouTubers all they want, but at the end of the day, this is reality. That's again, just to be fair to it, it's getting decent reviews. Like even the people that are not liking it are still saying it's like a 6 or 6.5 or a 7. They're like, yeah, it's not great, or it's not as good as the first one. It's still good. I saw someone say they enjoyed it, but not as much as the first one, but they beat the game. They liked it enough to keep playing it to beat it. I was like, shit, the game just came out 2 days ago. You already beat it? It's like 55 hours. Did you sleep? The fuck? So take it with a grain of salt. But Coffee and Chocolate Games, member for 11 months. Alex H. Bruh, the facts that lots of decent games are out there shows that you aren't going to just spend your way to making a game that's hugely successful. It has to be fun. That means game must be fun. I know it's a wild theory, but I think you're right.